Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Demon's Crest for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. In the last video, we did it! We beat Phalanx! And now, we are back in the town at the beginning of Area 2. And when you reset the game with the reset button on the passwords you get when you beat the game with all the items you can get, except for the Crest of Heaven, which you can't get in a normal game, and you go to continue on the title screen, the password that you earned will automatically be there. And you can just select end, and you'll be back on the overworld. Now, you will have to grind for money, and you will have to get a bunch of ginseng potions all over again. But if you have the crown talisman and you go through all the windows, just headbutt them all to get as much money as you can easily grind up enough money to get all 5 of your urns refilled with ginseng. If you are powering up the system, or you're not resetting it anyway, you can always use the control pad and Y and B on the control pad in the password screen to change the letters to what you got. You don't get any vowels, you just get consonants, and you do get Y for all the possible characters for the 4x4 password that we get. And once you enter it, just like if you just reset and then select end on the password screen, you'll end up on the overworld, and you'll have to go over here to the city to grind coins and buy the potions. There is one significant twist. We now have the Crest of Heaven. We have all 6 of the crests, which means we can become the ultimate gargoyle. Now, what does this do exactly? Well, you have one super powerful projectile. You have the ability to fly, like the aerial gargoyle. Holding up and A lets you headbutt. Holding A by itself lets you do the ground gargoyle charge. And if you're in water, you can fly. However, it works much like the horizontal swim ability that the title gargoyle can do with the A button in case you are underwater. So, we can fly like the aerial gargoyle. We have super powerful projectiles. We can swim. We can charge. We take half damage just like the legendary gargoyle. And this is the best form we can possibly have. And if you talk to this guy as the ultimate gargoyle, you get even more text. Hey, you're the one that defeated Phalanx, aren't you? I owe you my thanks because I did not like the laws we were forced to keep. Oh, now you're thanking me. No offense, but demons shouldn't have the power to rule. You know what I mean? Oh, now you suddenly start acting like I'm not the enemy here. Fun. Now you're probably wondering where you need to go next. Well, there's a fortress right there on the northeastmost area of the map. There was nothing there before. We can go to it now. And thankfully we can just take a little shortcut from the town. And once you're in here, might as well become the ultimate gargoyle. Charge through the statues here with the A button. Don't know why you're getting coins because you're not going to need them and there's no way to go back, so might as well, right? And I really don't want to take damage here. really don't. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get the skull thing going on here. And I might as well go ahead and show the swim thing in action. Just hold A, and you can just use left and right to just fly in water. Don't know how that's supposed to work, but it works. And now I'm going to equip Fang, because we are going to need this. And once we go through this door, we fight this thing. We need to shoot this thing in the head, and we also need to watch out for that fireball that's following us around. This enemy can crush us. It does have a crush attack. And it has another attack that I have yet to see. That's not it, but I like to have that happen anyway. When it turns into this form, what I like to do is just stick to the left-hand wall and then just shoot this thing at the head and just try to get as many super-powered fireballs on this guy as I can. Aside from these little claw-like boomerang projectiles, he can also bring down these little rocks that will come down when you damage him in this form. And he also creates these things that give you these spikes that replace parts of the wall, which I don't exactly like. And I should probably get another one of these. Doing this on the off chance that I get hit. And I'm just going to keep... Well, he's going to turn back eventually, and that's what he did. And this is a attack from him that I don't like. You want to stay under him once he creates that pink energy wave. So that way, you don't get hit by the energy flood that comes your way. And while I can still grab onto the wall, I might as well go ahead and still stick to the wall. Use potions whenever I can. And just keep on attacking. I may have to keep tanking damage here. But if I can get like a lot of fireballs on this guy, so much the better. Sometimes the rocks will get in the way. Sometimes the spikes will do it too. But if I can keep this going for long enough, I should be able to keep this going. And I can't seem to keep this going. I am doing horribly at this. More horribly than I thought I would. You can shoot down these fireballs, by the way. And if you do, another one will just pop up just out of nowhere. And I still want to latch on to this guy and just keep shooting my fireballs at him. He will eventually go down, hopefully. Should everything go right, and there you go. It's just a battle of attrition with this guy. But if you come in here with 5 ginsengs and always heal when you're like two or three little symbols of life left, you can beat him. Firebrand slayed the dark demon who had lurked deep within the human world. Realizing that his true power was not derived from the crests, Fireband disposed of all the crests and set forth for the demon realm. So we were in the human realm this whole time, I'm guessing. There he hoped to find a true warrior. A warrior with whom he could once again taste glory of battle. And from here, we have all of the crests mentioned and all of the bosses mentioned again. And since this is basically the same ending, almost, I might as well go ahead and give my mini review. So, the graphics. They're pretty much what you expect from Capcom. They're very good, they're high quality, they're top notch, everything's easily identifiable, everything looks good. This is a very good looking game. Just like most everything that Capcom put out for the Super Nintendo in the mid-1990s. Sound and music, really dark, at the same time, really fits the mood. Capcom scored a home run with the soundtrack to this one. Very dark, very gothic. You really feel like you're in a huge world where demons have really taken over. And the sounds, they're pretty good too. I mean, you've got some pretty powerful sounds for the projectiles that are shot out. You get to hear Fireband grunt whenever he takes damage. There's a lot of explosions. There's a lot of projectiles being fired. It really sounds like you're in a demonic war zone for this time in gaming, and I can't really complain about the sound as well. The gameplay, it's about as tight as it can be. You do have to get used to the flight controls and learning how to glide and how projectiles work and everything. I didn't know you could cut those with the aerial gargoyle. I bet you could use that to get the urn that was here. As I was saying, you have to get used to flying and hovering and whatnot. Well, once you do, getting around in places, pretty darn easy. Then again, if you played the Gargoyles Quest games, 1 and 2, for, I believe, NES and Game Boy respectively, you'll kind of have a rough idea, or rather the idea, of how to play this one. And the replay value, all you've seen here is pretty much what you get. I suppose you could probably put this down as a game that you could play probably once a year or every once in a while just to see if you can get through it again. It can be a little difficult, especially with some of the bosses, such as the Gruan, the true form of Phalanx, and the Dark Demon, which we did fight. But once you figure out how to do stuff, it's basically worth it. Of course, Phalanx's true form was the harder of the final bosses. Dark Demon, as weird as it is, as crazy as his attacks are, and as much as I like said attacks, I was just able to cheese it to death. I was expecting a harder battle with Dark Demon, but no well. And should you go get it? Absolutely. This is one of the more unsung games that Capcom has made in its existence. And it's really worth thinking out and playing. However you can get your hands on this game. I mean, the high quality that you expect from Capcom in this era, it's still there, and apparently you can headbutt these things. Not like you should, and hey, you can destroy those guys. Interesting. Even the ending's giving me hints. Not that I had any reason to destroy those guys in the first place. Yeah, you could only destroy them for coins, and it's not like it was really hurting for anybody. Or hurting for coins in that area in the first place, so yeah, there you go. And unlike the ending where we got 100% and beat Phalanx's true form, you actually get a roll call of all the forms of Firebrand, in addition to all of the bosses and the crests when you beat the Dark Demon. So that's cool. So once again, yeah, this is a good game. This is a great game. And sadly one that not many people played just because it was 1995. The Super Nintendo was pretty much on its last legs. Everybody was playing either PlayStation or Saturn at this point. Well, maybe. I mean, there were other games out there that people were playing. Not just for the PlayStation and the Saturn, but also for the Super NES as well. I mean, you had Chrono Trigger out and about at this same time. I mean, you still had some RPGs like Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Secret of Evermore coming out around this time. PlayStation and Saturn were on the horizon. This kind of came a little too late. Like, it did come out before the PlayStation and the Saturn came out, at least in America. I think Europe had to wait a little while longer for this one. But it came out in 1995. Not a lot of people remember this one, which is a shame because it really helps cap off the whole Gargoyles Quest trilogy that Capcom had, where you were playing as Firebrand for all 3 games. And that's a shame because the quality is definitely there. The challenge is there. Everything Capcom-y is there. And interestingly, you don't get the true form of Phalanx and you don't get the Dark Demon here. And this is the final thing that you see. This really awesome picture of Firebrand standing there while it says "The End" in the lower right-hand corner. You see this screen? You've really beaten this game. And that's all that there really is to say about this one. I can't believe I've beaten this one. I had a heck of a time with it. I hope that you did too, even if I did butcher the English language near the end when I was facing Phalanx's final form. And as always, this game is presented by Capcom. And that's all that there is to say for Let's Play Demon's Crest. So, hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did, maybe even more. This is a wonderful game after all. One definitely worth playing. And hopefully, I will come back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.